starting lineup for today's game. First, the visiting IU Kokomo Cougars. At guard number 1, Maria Walker. At forward number 3, Hannah Waka. At guard number 10, Mackenzie Cooper. At forward number 21, Kelsey Lingley. At forward number 33, Anna Kaiser. The Cougars are led by interim head coach Lisa Luker and assisted by Rachel Aaron and Andy Steele. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your IU Southeast Grenadiers. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana, number 10, Abby Young. At forward, a 5'10" freshman from Guston, Kentucky, number 20, Katie Durden. At guard, a 5'5" redshirt junior from Salem, Indiana, number 22, Leah Miller. At guard, a 5'5" junior from Salem, Indiana, number 23, Harley Sweeney. At forward, a 5'8" freshman from Lanesville, Indiana, number 33, Lindsay Reinert. The Grenadiers are led by head coach Robin Harris in his 35th season and assisted by Chrissy Knoll and Susan Tunnell.
We are live from the activities building for today's women's basketball matchup between the IU Southeast Grenadiers and IU Kokomo. Kokomo wins the tip, and Walker will control the ball at the top of the key. Back to Walker. Down in the paint to Kaiser. Missed, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Cougars. IU Southeast comes into this game at 2-5, 1-2 in the River States Conference, and IU Kokomo comes in at 3-3, 0-1 in River States Conference play. And a great pass down low, missed, rebounded by Abby Young, and the Grenadiers will have their first offensive possession of the afternoon. It will be brought up by Miller. Miller looks to make a move on Walker. She gets into the lane, back to the top to Carly Sweeney. She controls, she gets in the lane, passes it out to Young. Young gets into the lane, back out. They're looking to set up a play. We are down under 10 on the shot clock. Sweeney into the lane, throws it up. It's going to be rebounded by Langley. And she controls it. She pushes it up to Cooper, to Walker. Walker's looking to set up the offense.
That's something we saw a lot last week from the Grenadiers, is they really tried to set up plays, but a lot of times were unable to finish it out. Let's see if they're able to put some points up on the board, finish out some of the plays they call up.
Absolutely. The Grenadiers got another rebound and a defensive stop by Abby Young, and the Grenadiers will look to put the first points of the game on the board with this possession. Miller from the corner, 3. Lee Miller starts the scoring with a 3-point basket, and now the Grenadiers have got to get back on defense. A 3 not matched, rebounded by Warnert. And Miller is going to bring it up the floor. The Grenadiers are running that zone defense that we saw in the second half the last game against Oakland City when we played here last week. And it seemed to really slow the Mighty Oaks down, and so far it's worked. So we're going to see how long they stick with this.
Yeah, I mean, that second half, we saw the first half against the Mighty Oaks. They were really able to take advantage of the Grenadiers on defense and put up a lot of points. It seems like today so far they're going with what worked.
And Walker gets into the lane and she lays it in, and IU Kokomo's on the board 3-2 with 7:48 to go here in the first quarter. I still think that that's something that they've got to look at, though. It's still working. I mean, they were just kind of outsized, and it was hard for them to play man-to-man, and now I think that the zone is a good switch-up for them.
And, I mean, that was something that really hurt the Grenadiers last week, too, is just being outsized. I think sticking with the zone defense is going to stop some of those longer shots, putting three-pointers up on the board, but they still have to be able to cover the paint.
And once again, Walker scores on back-to-back possessions. She's got all four for the Cougars. Kokomo currently leads 4-3. See if IU Southeast can get back on top. It goes down to Abby Young in the corner. She gets in the lane. We're going to have our first foul. It's going to be on number 10, Mackenzie Cooper. That will be her first foul, first team foul on IU Kokomo. It's going to be a side out for the Grenadiers, and see maybe we can get an easy bucket off of a set play here.
I mean, that'd be nice. Something I have noticed so far from the Grenadiers is where they found success against Oakland City last week. Their offense was very quick. They played aggressively. It seems they've slowed it back down today, so we'll see maybe if they pick it up and start to play more aggressively here.
And a great move by Lee Miller. She's got all five for the Grenadiers, and it's been Miller and Walker have scored all the points for their teams today. Now the Grenadiers have got to play defense to get a stop. They're still in that 2-3 zone. Abby Young guards Langley at the top of the key. IU Kokomo's looking to set up a play. We are down to 10 on the shot clock. Gets it back down in the lane. Walker's cutting, but she's cut off that time. Langley gets in. She gets it to Kisner. She gets into the lane. She shoots, and she's going to be fouled. And, man, the Grenadiers almost had a spotless defensive possession there and a foul right as the shot clock horn was expiring.
Yeah, and I mean, they really were paying attention to keeping those taller girls away from the board. But, you know, just got a little too overzealous, fouled there. I think if they would have kept a little more distance, they still would have prevented them from putting up a point and had that shot clock expire.
Absolutely, and the first shot from Kisner hits the back of the rim and out. So we will stay at 5-4. She converts the second. We are tied at 5. The foul was on IUS's number 20, Katie Durbin. That was her first personal, and she will check out. And McKenna Wilson will check in for the Grenadiers. Carly Sweeney is trying to set up a play. And Abby Young's going to walk, and we are going to go the other way. You could tell that possession was a little messed up from the beginning. Coach Ferris looked a little frustrated with whatever play they had set up, and it didn't seem like it got off to a good start. But
yeah, and I mean, they've gone to Leah Miller early, trying to set up plays, and just seemed as soon as the ball left her hands, the Grenadiers were kind of mismatched.
Absolutely. They still are in this zone, but we have had a personnel change for the Cougars, and and it's going to be saved by Kokomo. And it's going to be a shot from one of the newly checked-in players, and that was number 14, Olivia Dowden, and she missed, and that gets into the lane and scores by number 33, Warnett. That'll be her first bucket of the night, and the Grenadiers take a 7-5 lead. Walker is still controlling the offense for IU Kokomo. Walker gets into the lane with a nice move. She throws it right to Warnett and a steal, and the Grenadiers look to push. They've got a 2-on-1 if they want to use it. A great pass to Abby Young, and it's laid in. Timeout, IU Kokomo, and the Grenadiers are on a little four-point run here, and IU Southeast leads with 5:12 left, 9-5. We will be right back. We will get you caught up on some subs. The 5 for IU Kokomo is Anya Friend, Shamira Walker, Olivia Dowden, Kelsey Langley, and Anna Kisner. For the Grenadiers, it is Abby Young, Lee Miller, Carly Sweeney, Lindsay Warnett, and McKenna Wilson. IU Kokomo has the ball and a steal from Carly Sweeney. She's got to go, and she's going to lay it in for two. Grenadiers lead 11-5. Their defenses looks a lot better today, Zach, and we'll see if they can keep it up. That's back-to-back possessions with a steal.
I mean, the last 2 minutes, the Grenadiers have looked really impressive on both sides of the ball, able to pass the ball at perfect times to put points up on the board.
And another turnover. That will be by Friend. She traveled, and it's going back to IU Southeast, looking to extend the lead with 4:46 to go here in the first quarter. IU Kokomo has put on a little bit of a half-court press, maybe to slow down the Grenadiers. When they've gotten in transition, they've converted.
And, I mean, like I said earlier in this quarter, I mean, the Grenadiers look their best on offense when they play aggressively. I'm sure Kokomo's trying to slow them down a little bit.
And the pass cannot be controlled by Sweeney, but she does recover. We are down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets into Miller. She tries to get it to Sweeney. Sweeney's going to throw it up with 2. In and out. Rebounded by Walker. Kokomo looks to push. Walker gets into the lane, and she's going to have a wide-open lane. Great defense by Warnett, but Walker controlled her own rebound and laid it in, and Walker's got 6 of the 7 for the Cougars. Abby Young for 3, off. Rebounded by Kisner, and Kokomo looks to close this lead within 2. Guess I could get it to 1 with a 3 here, so.
It's true. That's very good math, Tyler. Very good math.
It's one of my not strong suits, but a 3 from Kokomo and a rebound stolen by Abby Young, and she's on the ground, and she gets it out to Sweeney, and the Grenadiers look to push. Miller gets in the lane, a nice little jumper, good. Lee Miller's got 7, and another just transition basket for the Grenadiers.
And I mean, Miller's been a game changer for the Grenadiers early. She set up plays on really both sides of the ball, able to put points up on the board. She's looked really good so far in this first quarter.
I think even as a whole, this is the best we've seen the Grenadiers look in this season. And a shot by Dowden is missed. Rebounded by Sweeney, and the foul will be on Dowden. That will be her first personal, second team foul for IU Kokomo. We've got 2:58 left here in the first quarter. See if the Grenadiers can add to this lead, but like we were talking about before that foul, this has been the best basketball we've seen them play all season.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing more cohesively as a team, able to find their teammates, pass the ball, set up plays, and put shots up. I mean, it's been really impressive to watch.
And as we say that, a turnover. That's an announcer's jinx. Kokomo looks to push. It is a 2-on-2, so it's going to be an and one by Anya Friend. She will go to the line and try to cut the lead down 2-3. Jessie Ledgerwood is checking in for the Grenadiers. She will sub out Miller. Miller has been very good for the Grenadiers. She's got 7 of the 13 so far here in the first quarter. Get her a little rest. Let's get her back in. But Ledgerwood, the last home game, she was a pretty good spark off the bench, so be interesting to see kind of what maybe she'll give us on offense as well. Or maybe her and Miller out there at the same time. And the shot is good. She converts the three-point play.
And, I mean, you're hoping at least so far in this first quarter, if you're head coach Robin Ferris, that Ledgerwood's going to be able to put up that same production that Miller was able to do so far, and then you can add them together later in the game.
The Grenadiers are down to 10 on the shot clock. Sweeney gets into the lane. She takes it all the way to the basket, and it was blocked by Chapman. She just checked in for IU Kokomo, and they are going the other way. Grenadiers are still in that zone defense and doing a great job of keeping the ball away from the basket where they have been hurt so bad so far this season. It's going to be a kick ball, and it will stay with IU Kokomo. We've got 2:05 left, and IU Southeast leads 13-10. They will have a baseline out here. This is where I think the Grenadiers are still very vulnerable, is in these baseline outs. The size has still hurt them, and it's taken a little bit longer, and there's going to be a shot by Chapman. It's going to be missed, rebounded by Warnett. And Carly Sweeney looks to direct the offense. Warnett almost walked, but held her pivot foot. And the Grenadiers' offense is sticking here a little bit these last couple possessions. Warnett gets into the lane. She takes a jumper from the free throw line, missed, rebounded by Kisner. and IU Kokomo can cut into this lead. Grenadiers do a good job of getting back on defense, and they're going to go right down to Chapman. Out in the corner to Rector, air ball, rebounded by Sweeney. Man, that was a little long.
I mean, neither team's really been able to finish.
We got a carry on, was it on Young or Sweeney? I wasn't able to see, Zach.
It seemed like that was on Sweeney there.
It's going to go back to IU Kokomo. But I think the air might be blowing a little hard out of the vents today after the look of that first three-pointer from the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, usually you don't have to check the wind in basketball, but maybe they have to. That ball had some carry on it. I mean, neither team has just been able to finish in their last couple of drives.
And a shot from Kisner
and that continues.
Does not hit rim as well, and it's going to be rebounded by Abby Young, and the Grenadiers look to push. They've got to go. I think that is their best offense. Sweeney for a deep three. Good. Nothing but net. Carly Sweeney. And we were talking about some shots, and there we go again. Maybe we need to keep it up, Zach.
I mean, ball must be carrying today. That was a long three.
That was a deep three from Sweeney, and she tips it out of bounds. We've got 47 seconds to go, 16-10. Carly Sweeney's now got 5 for the Grenadiers. Olivia Dowden will check back in for the Cougars. We'll have a side out here, and they get the ball up to Chapman. Chapman looks to get it down to Dowden on the block with a turnaround shot. Oh, and it goes in for Dowden. It thought about it for a second, but it stuck. We've got 34 seconds to go. Grenadiers lead 16-12, and they look to get another basket before the half ends. And the press works. A steal from Rector, and it's going to be a foul on IUS's Lindsay Wernett. That will be her first foul, and Rector will go to the line to cut the lead down to 2. And the Grenadiers had a pretty good first quarter, and that might have been kind of the first offensive mistake we've really seen them have. It's just an easy turnover, and it led to a foul, and now they're going to have a chance to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I mean, with a wide-open shot like that, you have to go up for the block and kind of just hope that she's not able to put these 2 free throws up. Missed the first one here. It may end up working in the Grenadiers' favor on that foul.
Right now it's looking like a smart foul. We'll see if she can convert the second. And she will not. Rebounded by Abby Young, and it worked out for the Grenadiers. We've got 20 seconds to go. No shot clock. Grenadiers can hold for the last shot if they choose. Jesse Ledgerwood directs the offense. Robin Ferris calls a play. And Ledgerwood picks up her dribble, and there's going to be a foul on Olivia Dowden. That will be her second foul and now Walker will check back in. I can imagine she will probably check out Dowden. She will. We've got 8.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. So now IUS has got another chance to set up a play and see if we can add to this lead. Carly Sweeney at the top of the key. She gets into the lane. She takes it all the way. She throws it up, and that's going to be a foul on Walker. And Carly Sweeney's going to go to the line with 4.4 seconds to go. Carly Sweeney's got 5 on the game. We hope she can make it 7 if she can convert both of these here and push this lead a little bit farther.
I mean, really hasn't been a bad first quarter for the Grenadiers whatsoever, but, you know, if you can go into the second quarter with a 6-point lead,
we'll take it.
Take it over a 4-point lead.
Absolutely. That was Walker's first foul. Kokomo's 4th as a team. IU Southeast has 3 so far here in the first half. Carly Sweeney makes the first. She's got 6. The second shot from Sweeney is good. Carly Sweeney makes both. And a long pass to Walker, stolen by Sweeney, and they call a foul. But it's not going to really hurt the Grenadiers, as that's only going to be Carly Sweeney's first, but that's not going to be shots for the Cougars, and they've got 1.9 seconds here to see if they can get a quick basket in. Walker's going to take it out from the side. They get it down to Chapman, and great defense. Tipped by Wilson, and no shot. IU Southeast leads 18-12 after the first quarter. We will be right back.
Indiana Members Credit Union. We're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account, At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
We are back here with the start of the second quarter. It will be IU Southeast's ball, and they currently lead 18-12. Taylor Treat treks in for the Grenadiers, and it is the same 5 for IU Kokomo. We will see if the Grenadiers can have this lead. Jessie Ledgerwood is directing the offense. She gets it to Treat. Treat at the top to Sweeney. A screen set by Wilson. Sweeney thought about a shot there, but she didn't, and almost a bad pass. Taylor Treat able to control it. We are down to 10 on the shot clock. She gets it back to Sweeney. Sweeney thought about a deep 3. She's got Chapman on her. Sweeney gets into the lane, and a great pass down low, and not a foul, and she lays it in. Lindsay Wernitz got 4. She stuck with it after getting blocked and laid it in. Grenadiers lead 22-12.
And that's got to be the biggest focus for the Grenadiers, is they have to finish through and score on those plays. We've seen them miss out on some easy shots, but able to follow through on that, put points up on the board.
Chapman with a nice turnaround jumper from the block. That's her first points of the night. And the Grenadiers got to get back to scoring. They can't have laws like they normally have. They've got to stay on it, especially with this lead. They got a chance to take a lead in the half. They've got to do it. Treat, 4-3, off. Rebounded by Walker. And Walker looks to push. She's running. She's got a pass down low. A great pass to Rector, and he calls a walk. And that's going to the Grenadiers. And, man, that was a bunny. So we got bailed out on that one. Yeah, she made the layup.
A definite break for the Grenadiers there. That play was honestly set up really well by the Cougars, but, just a slight miscue there and takes points off the board.
And that's going to be off of Langley's hand as she tipped it out for IU Kokomo. It's going to stay with IU Southeast, and Wilson will check out for the Grenadiers. Durbin back in for IU Southeast, and a change as number 33, Anna Kisner, will check in for Chapman, as well as Hannah Hodgkin will check back in for IU Kokomo as Mackenzie Cooper gets a rest. Nice pass into Durbin. She gets it back to Treat. Treat thought about a 3. She does not take it. She gets it to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood gets it out to Sweeney. Sweeney with another deep 3. That's off. Durbin went for the rebound, but it is controlled by Kisner. Kokomo looks to push. Taylor Treat almost had a steal, and there's going to be a foul on Ledgerwood. She reached in, and that will be her first foul of the game. Carly Sweeney checks out. Grace Stapleton in. Carly Sweeney, well-deserved. 7 points so far for the Grenadiers. Grenadiers currently lead 8:13 to go in the second quarter, 22-14.
Something that we've seen so far is Ledgerwood's kind of been hesitant to put shots up on the board. She was
firing away last weekend, and it worked. And a 3 by Rector, in and out, controlled by the Grenadiers. Stapleton gets right in, ball finds her. And the Grenadiers look to get the scoring started here in the second quarter. 3 from Ledgerwood, in for Jessie Ledgerwood. Right, you ask, you shall receive, Zach. Jessie Ledgerwood's first basket of the night. Grenadier leads up to 9, biggest of the afternoon.
And that's something, if the Grenadiers can get her going, they can extend this lead and go into a really good position going into halftime.
Langley wide open in the corner. Missed the 3, but it's rebounded by Kisner. Langley back in the lane, gets it to Rector. Rector with a shot. No. And that's going to be a foul on Grace Stapleton. As she had Walker boxed out, Walker got around her, and she reached in. Can you imagine this? I was just thinking about it, Zach. If we had Miller, Ledgerwood, and Sweeney all in at the same time, that'd be a pretty good three-point shooting Combo of 5 there.
Definitely put some points up on the board. I mean, you can imagine.
And a steal, as soon as we talk about it, steal by Ledgerwood. She gets into the lane. She takes it, and that's going to be, oh, he calls a walk. Wow. That was close.
I'm sure there were a couple things the official could have called there.
Yeah, there was.
It goes against the Grenadiers.
That looked like it probably could have went either way. It was close. It was close on a walk. Could have easily been a blocking foul as well. But the Grenadiers do get that zone defense set back up, and Kokomo looks to cut into this 9-point lead. They get it down to Kisner. Kisner looks to make a move. She tried to pass it to Walker. It's going to be a foul on Stapleton. And Coach Robin Ferris cannot believe, he's a little beside himself with that call. That was definitely a close one, and we're going to have Miller check back in for the Grenadiers. I can imagine that's going to be for Grace Stapleton. Yes, it will. Rector and Langley check out for the Cougars as we will get an updated 5 here as Friend checks back in and Cooper for IU Kokomo. Walker looks to get into the lane. She pulls it back, and a nice, great steal from Miller as soon as she gets in the game. And then that steal from Walker, and the ball is going to go back to Miller now. We've got bodies on the floor, and it's controlled by the Grenadiers. They get it right back to Miller. She's going in. Oh, what a pass to Treat. Oh, my. And another long three-pointer.
Check those vents.
Woo.
Check those vents, Tyler.
Man, that was long. And another steal from Treat. She throws it to IU Kokomo. This is just and now a 3 from Friend. Missed. Rebounded by Durbin. And Ledgerwood is going to slow it down. Thank goodness.
Yeah, and I mean,
that was wild. Nobody wanted the ball for a couple possessions.
I mean, it felt like I was at Arby's. I kept ordering turnovers.
You like Arby's, don't you, Zach?
I do.
A 3 from Ledgerwood. Yes, see, Ledgerwood's got 6 off the bench, and she's pulling them now. 26-14, IU Southeast leads at its biggest. Timeout, IU Kokomo. That'll be a full timeout. 5:49 to go. IU Southeast leads 26-14. We are back here in the second quarter. 26-14, your Grenadiers lead. The 5 for the Grenadiers is Jessie Ledgerwood, Taylor Treat, Katie Durbin, Lee Miller, and Lindsay Warnert. For the Cougars, it's Friend, Walker, Hodgdon, Cooper, and Kisner. IU Kokomo has the ball with 5:48 to go here before halftime. Grenadiers are still playing zone defense, and they've done a great job of keeping the ball out of the paint and making the Cougars shoot those longer three-point shots and really work them down in the shot clock to have to take even a rush shot. Kisner gets in the lane. She throws it up off the glass, and it's good. That's Kisner's got 5.
And, I mean,
she's got 3. Correction on the stat. She's got 3.
So far, I mean, this is really the best second quarter Grenadiers could have asked for. That's the first 2 points Cougars have been able to put up on the board. There's only just over 5 minutes left in the half,
Absolutely.
in the quarter.
Ledgerwood with another 3. Kind of a heat check there, but Katie Durbin does a great job, and she rebounds it, thrown away, tipped by the Cougars. It will stay with IU Southeast. They've got a chance to push this lead a little bit higher. They currently lead by 10. We will have a side out with Treat taking it out. She will get it into Miller. Coach Robin Ferris calls a set play. Miller looks to direct the offense. She calls it's going to be a weave pass to Treat. Almost throws it away. It gets to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood gets in the lane. She gets it to Young. Young gets back in the lane and loses it. Corralled by Hogden of the the Cougars, and IU Kokomo looks to push before the Grenadiers can get that defense set up. Stolen right back by Abby Young. Grenadiers have been doing a good job of kind of covering the creases of the paint. Oh, Ledgerwood had a three there. I thought she was going to take it.
Definitely thought about it.
Miller takes the three, though, off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Friend. Friend pushes it up in the corner to Hodgden for three. Good. That's IU Kokomo's first three of the night. And now the lead's 26-19. Grenadiers have got it. They got to score. That's what we talked about. They've got to stay out of these scoring walls. If they can do that, they will be fine.
I mean, they still have a decent cushion here with 7, but I mean,
let's not let it get any closer.
100%, Tyler. I couldn't agree more.
Grenadiers look to extend this lead as Treat gets in the lane. She had Young in the corner, but she did not see it. She gets it to Ledgerwood. Back out to Treat. She gets a high ball screen from Durbin. Miller gets in. It's going to throw it away, and it's going to the Cougars. And this has not been a nice little stretch for the Grenadiers. Abby Young will check out. Ledgerwood will check out. Sweeney and Warnett back in for the Grenadiers. IU Kokomo can get a little bit closer and tighten it up before halftime. We've got 3:40 to go here in this second quarter. Grenadiers. Oh, Treat's got a wide open layup. She can corral the ball. She does. She goes in. Looking for a foul, and I think she was almost just wanting to be fouled and make the layup, but she threw it right off the bottom of the rim. Kokomo pushes. Friend gets into the lane with a nice little floater. Good. Friend scores. 3:20 to go. Leads down to 5 right before we know it, Zach.
And, I mean, the Grenadiers just these last couple of minutes, they just look like they've been speeding the game up on themselves, trying to do too much, when really they just had to keep doing what they were doing. They were able to put points up, get stops on defense. I mean, they just need to slow the game down for themselves and play the game they know how to play.
Absolutely. Treat gets into the lane. Durbin with a long jumper off. Rebounded by Kokomo. And they are pushing. They've got a little momentum. Let's see if they can get closer. They get it to Friend. Friend with a deep three. Good. Friend, nothing but net. Timeout IU Southeast. 2:42 to go. The lead's down to 2. IU Southeast leads 26-24. We will be right back. Well, we had a little Bruno Mars there at the timeout, so we'll see maybe if that can help the Grenadiers get back on the board, because who doesn't like a little Bruno?
Bruno could do a lot, both musically and just motivationally.
Absolutely. Grenadiers will have a chance to add to their 2-point lead here with 2:40 to go in the second quarter.
I mean, honestly, they're going to have to if they want to be in a real good position. I mean, still having a lead going into half is good, but
we'd like to have it. We'd like to have a larger one. Sweeney with a great move. Durbin rebounds the miss by Sweeney. That should be a foul, and I think they're going to call. They get a hold. It should have been. It looked like a hold from here. There's some people that don't agree, but it was a hold on Katie Durbin. That will be a foul on number 10, Mackenzie Cooper. That will be their first of the second quarter. Ledgerwood checks back in for Treat. I think that's a good move. Let's see if we can maybe get a couple three-pointers in right before half.
I mean, this was the combination you wanted, Tyler. I mean,
we'll see what we can get it here. We'll see what we can do. Oh, my goodness, and Ledgerwood throws it straight out of bounds, tried to get it to Sweeney, and 2:25 to go. IU Kokomo can tie or take the lead.
I mean, that's just what we've seen really in the last 5 minutes of the second half, or the second quarter. It's just too many costly mistakes for the Grenadiers, and it seems they keep happening one after another.
Absolutely. IU Kokomo is running a weave at the top. They get it to Friend. Friend with another three off. It's got to be rebounded by the Grenadiers. Hit the top. Going to IU Southeast. It hit the shot clock. And we will have a couple substitutions for IU Kokomo. Kisner and Cooper check out. Langley and Chapman in. And the Grenadiers have got to get a basket here. We want to have a lead at halftime. We've got to have a lead at halftime, I think, especially how good that of a first quarter they played.
I mean, they deserve to have the lead at halftime. It just they keep making little mistakes. They're trying to take that lead away from themselves, it looks like.
Sweeney with a great move, but gets shut off by Chapman. She gets it to Miller. Miller gets in, back to Sweeney. Great ball movement. Sweeney for three, long, rebounded by Langley. And the Cougars look to push. Great pass down low. Stolen by Miller. Miller is pushing, but it looks like she's going to be slowed down as Kokomo does have numbers. She gets it to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood takes the three. That's off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Ridner. Langley controls the offense. We've got a minute 15 to go. Grenadiers lead by 2. Friend open at the wing for three. Good. IU Kokomo takes a lead, 27-26. We've got a minute to go in the second quarter, right before half. Grenadiers have got to get the lead back right here.
I have to say, Anya Fred for the Cougars has not been a friend to the Grenadiers.
And just as we say that, Leah Miller answers. Nice little jumper. Friend now has 11 for the Cougars off the bench, and she has been a spark here in the second quarter. Lead is 28-27. That was Lee Miller's 9th point of the night. And Friend gets right into the lane. Nobody to stop her, and she scores. She's got 13, 29-28. Cougars lead, 30 seconds to go right before half. Lee Miller sets up the offense. She gets it to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood had the shot if she wanted it. She gets it back to Miller. 15 on the shot clock. Miller, bad pass, stolen by Chapman. She takes up the floor. Kokomo slows it down. They are going to hold for the last shot. We are down to 8. It is controlled by Hodgden. She gets it down to Chapman, wide open. Bunny not going to miss. It's going to be the 31-28 lead at half for IU Kokomo. And the last 5 minutes determine that whole first half, Zach.
100%.
And we will be right back for the second half. And don't forget, IU Kokomo men and IU Southeast men will be right after the conclusion of the women's game. We will be right back after halftime.
Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
All right, folks, welcome back. Just to get you caught up on the scoring leaders for both teams, Anya Friend currently leads the scoring for Kokomo with 13, followed by Shamira Walker with 6. For the Grenadiers, Leah Miller leads with 9, followed by Carly Sweeney with 7, and Jessie Ledgerwood with 6.
For some team totals, we will get you caught up. For the Cougars, they are 13 of 30 from the field for 43%. They are 3 for 10 from 3 for 30%. Grenadiers are 11 from 12 from the field, 37%, 4 of 13 from 3 for 30%. And the first shot is good for Kokomo. They pushed this lead a little bit farther. The shot was made by Hodgden, and she's got 6. Lead is up to 34-28 for the Cougars. IU Southeast looks to shorten it up. Lean Miller sets up the offense. She gets a high ball screen from Durbin. She goes the other way. She redirects. Great pass down to Durbin. She's got Sweeney open. Swing pass to Miller. Miller gets into the lane. Great ball movement by the Grenadiers and converted. Great offense out of half from the Grenadiers. Leads down to 4. That might be one of the best connected offensive possessions we've seen all season.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really, really good. One thing I will say from the Grenadiers I've noticed is they've had a lot of wide open shots as that ball's tipped out of bounds. It seems like they've had a lot of wide open shots and just decided not to take them.
Yeah, I mean, there was 3 people open. They moved the ball so well in that possession. So that's something to watch here in the second half. Maybe that's something they've talked about at half and they figured out, and we'll see. But as of right now, the Cougars still lead by 4, and they have the ball stolen by Carly Sweeney. She's out on the open. Walker will not catch her. Carly Sweeney lays it in, leads down to 2. Carly Sweeney's got 9. And we need another defensive stop. Ball is brought up by Mackenzie Cooper. She gets it to Walker. Walker looks to get in the lane. She passes it out to Hodgden. Hodgden cross-court pass back to Walker. Walker gets it into Kisner. Kisner in the lane on the block with Durbin on her, and she converts. Grenadiers have got to suck the defense down. Kisner did that towards the end. And that is something we do not want to see, as we've seen the last couple games from the Grenadiers. When somebody gets going on the block, we have just not been able to stop any of them. Abby Young had the shot. She does not take it. She gets it to Durbin at the free throw line. Jumper missed. Rebounded by Kisner. Going the other way. Controlled by Walker. She gets it down to Friend in the corner. Good. Friend is hot. She's got 16. Leads all scores. Leads up to 38-32 for the Cougars. 7:50 to go here in the third quarter. We've got to guard Friend.
Yeah,
We've got to guard her.
She has been unbelievably hot from the three-point line. She's been able to put points up in the paint as well. I mean, it's been really impressive.
Miller gets into the lane. Nice little step back. Will not take the shot. They get it back to her. Miller for 3. Answers it back. Lee Miller. She's got 3. She's got 11 on the night. 38-35. Cougar lead. Cooper.
Now, Tyler, I know you said your math wasn't the best. That would actually bring Leah Miller up to 12.
She has 12.
On the day.
And Walker put Miller on skates, and luckily she threw it out of bounds. It will stay with the Cougars.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement from the fans here, but when Miller hit the ground, the Kokomo fans were up and screaming, Tyler.
Absolutely. Kisner was open on the block, but they do not give it to her. Friend is open in the corner. Another 3 from Friend. Missed. And that was kind of a heat check. I haven't seen her miss in a while.
And still, just barely off. She still has the feel for that three-pointer.
Grenadiers, Miller does not get it. Rebounded by Wernitt. She gets it down to Durbin. Durbin on Kisner. Kisner, great defense. Stayed straight up. Forced the miss. Controlled by Friend. She's going to get it to Walker. Walker will slow it down for the Cougars. 38-35 with 6:40 to go. Cougars lead. Walker's gets it in the lane. A great pass to Kisner, and she missed, but they're going to call a foul on Wernitt. She did not agree. But either way, Kisner will go to the line. She's got 5 on the night. That is Wernitt's second foul of the game.
I mean, Grenadiers have done a good job of keeping this close with the scoring lull they were in to end that second quarter. Definitely could be in a much worse position than they are.
Absolutely. Kaiser pushes her total to 6. She makes the first shot. See if she can convert the second. She does. Leads up to 5, 40-35. Cougar lead. Lexi Starr checks in for her first minutes of the game. She will be subbing in for Katie Durbin, who goes to the bench for the Grenadiers. IU Southeast has got to get another basket. I think if they're going to get going here, we've got to have Carly Sweeney get going. We've got to have a compliment to Miller, who's kind of done majority of the scoring tonight for the Grenadiers. Miller, great shot fake. She gets into the lane and converts. Miller scores again. She's got 16.
Great move from Miller.
Lead is down 2-3. Grenadiers got to have a stop now on defense. Star on. Miller tips it. She's going to get it. She's going to have to slow it down. She does not have numbers, and she goes right at Walker in the foul. Lee Miller's going to the line. She could cut the lead down 2-1 if she can make both of these. She's kind of been a do-it-all today for the Grenadiers.
I mean, that's something we haven't seen from the Grenadiers these last couple games. I mean, somebody that really comes in and takes control, and Leah Miller's done that on those last 2 drives there.
Rector checks in for Walker for the Cougars. Miller's first shot is nothing but net. She has got 17.
Just thought I heard a bit of an air horn, Tyler, before that free throw. It seems
and that was a puttered boat engine of some sort. And once again, they are 0 for 4 with their distractions on the night.
A lot of props brought in from the Kokomo fans. Unsuccessful thus far.
Lead is down 2-1. And steal by Wernick. If she can save it, she gets it into Sweeney. What a great save by Wernick. And that's what they needed. They had to stop the ball getting into Kaiser, which she had done all the second half. And that's the first time the Grenadiers have kind of put a stop to that. Miller gets in the lane. Jumper. She was not set. She knew as soon as she shot that one it was going to be long. Rebounded by Friend. Cougars are currently leading 42-39.
I mean, this is
Langley gets in the lane, gives it right to Lexi Starr, who does not want to pick the ball up. And controlled by Kaiser. I mean, that ball was almost like soccer for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what was happening there. It seems like
and Friend's
Starr
shot.
would rather use her feet than her hands.
And Friend misses again. Maybe we'll continue that. We need that. She torched us in that second quarter.
Truly did. She truly did. I mean, this is the Grenadier play that we saw in the first half of that second quarter. I mean, they've moved the ball well. They've been able to stop them putting up points on defense.
Wernick had the move. A little hard. Rebounded by Langley. She pushes to Cooper. Cooper gets a pass into Kaiser, tipped by Sweeney. It will stay with the Cougars. We've got a couple subs. Friend checks out, as well as Langley. And number 14, Dowden will check in, as well as number 15, Ridner for the Cougars. Controlled by Dowden. On a great no-look pass to Kaiser, missed. Rebounded by Sweeney. And Sweeney's off and running. Grenadiers have numbers and Miller can go. They do. A great pass down to Starr. Blocked. She controls it though. And out of bounds. That was just such a promising possession at the start. Did not end well. And it will go back to IU Kokomo. Now both teams have kind of hit a little bit of a lull scoring-wise and kind of just sucked the air out of the gym. It's just real quiet. And
it has it's only a matter of time before somebody gets something going. But, I mean, both teams have looked good defensively.
And they are doing a great job of stopping Kaiser in the lane, and a tip steal from Lexi Starr. That's 3 possessions in a row. I think they've stolen it when the Cougars are trying to get it into Kaiser, which they have identified that is going to be where they're going to score. Carly Sweeney gets into the lane, tries to get a foul called, does not get it. Kick out 3. Pass to Miller. Great pass down to Wernick. She scores. Lindsay Wernick's got 6. Grenadiers take back the lead, 41-40 with 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Grenadiers zone has been good these last few possessions, but there is a wide open shot by Rector, and that's going to go to the Grenadiers. They said it was last touched by Dowden, and there's going to be some subs for Kokomo. Walker is back in for Cooper, and Chapman is in for Dowden. And the Grenadiers can add to their lead with 3:25 here to go in the third quarter. Lee Miller is going to set up the offense. She is leading all scorers tonight with 18. Carly Sweeney, guarded by Chapman. She gets into the lane and throws it away. She looked a little out of control there. Ridner has the ball. She looks to push. Stopped by Starr. They look to get it into Chapman or to Walker. Walker shoots, misses. Rebounded by Kaiser. Shot from Rector. Off. Rebounded by Walker. Tipped. Controlled. We're going to have a jump ball. And that's going to go to IU Southeast. They couldn't get the rebound, but they stayed with the ball. They get the jump ball. And IU Southeast can push this lead. Grace Stapleton will check in for Carly Sweeney. Sweeney will check out. She has got 9 points on the afternoon.
I mean, Grenadiers have to find a way to extend the lead going into the last quarter of the game. We saw in the second quarter, no lead is safe, so Grenadiers have to put up as many points on the board as possible.
Absolutely. We've got 2:45 left. And looked like it was going to be a three from Starr, but she dibbles it in a little closer. Jumper, Lexi Starr gets her first points of the night. She's got 2. Grenadiers lead by 3. And the Grenadiers need to have another stop. Let's see if we can get another easy point here, Zach. We've got 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Grenadiers have stayed in that zone like they've been in all game, and it has been able to slow down. They put Chapman in a tip steal, but it will stay with the Cougars. Wernick has been great on defense these last couple minutes. She's just not allowed anybody to get the ball on the block.
Yeah, and I mean, Grenadiers this whole third quarter have been able to steal the ball, really stop really any kind of possession that the Cougars have had, and that's really helped them stop worrying about them getting close.
And an and one from Aliyah Chapman. And she can tie the game.
And that's just a really impressive shot by Chapman. Throw that as she's falling the other way.
The Cougars have went big. I just now realized that the last couple minutes they both have Kaiser and Chapman in, which are their 2 biggest players, I believe, on the roster.
Yeah, and that's something that kind of surprised me that they didn't do earlier. They've really only had one in at a time.
And she misses, rebounded by Starr. Starr is off and running. She's got Stapleton in the corner if she wants it. She will slow it down. She gets it to Miller. Stapleton still in the corner. And Miller sets up the offense, guarded by Walker. She gets in the lane. Almost a foul there, but on Ridner is not called. Starr out the wing with the ball. She gets into the paint. She takes a floater. Good. Lexi Starr scored the last 2 possessions for IU Southeast. Leads back to 3. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. Walker looks to control for the Cougars as she has majority tonight. High ball screen by Kisner. Great pass in the corner to Ridner. It gets back to Rector. Rector to Ridner at the wing. To Walker in the corner. She's got numbers stolen by Miller. And she looks to push, and they slow her down. Miller is going to set it up. We've got a minute 15 to go. See if we can get another shot here. Miller gets into the lane. She passes it to Warnett. She looks to make a move. She gets it to Young. Starr in the corner. 4-3. Off. Rebounded by Kisner. And Grenadiers have got to stop the ball. They do. We're down under a minute to play here in the third quarter. IU Kokomo currently down 45-42. They get it to Chapman down low. And they might have found something with Chapman. She scored the last 4 for the Cougars, and the lead's down to 1. They just gave it to her and said, here you go to work. And it's worked. Great pass by Lexi Starr. Wernick. And 1! Lindsay Wernick with a nice little jumper. She gets fouled, and she's got a chance to push the lead to 4. Man, did the Grenadiers need that.
And, I mean, Lexi Starr has been great the last 3 minutes of this quarter. She's put up 2 shots herself, set up that play, put the Grenadiers in a really good position going into the last quarter.
Absolutely. We've got 37 seconds to go. Grenadiers lead 47-44, and it looks like if Lindsay Wernick can make this, she's going to get a well-deserved break. McKenna Wilson is at the table to check in. A shot from Wernick's good. Wernick will check out, and man, that was a great ending there for Wernick. She's had a great quarter defensively, and then she tops it off with an offensive bucket that was very needed for the Grenadiers. We are down to 30 seconds to go, and IU Kokomo is here on offense. Grenadiers stay in that zone. Miller on the ball, pushing it away. Friend is back in for the Cougars. Kaiser gets it to Friend. Friend looking for a shot. Grenadiers are all over. They get it down to Chapman down low, and she's going to work. They have found something with her. She's got the last 6 for IU Kokomo. 10 seconds to go. Grenadiers have a shot at the last shot here in the third quarter. We're down to 5. Miller with the ball. Miller for 3. Good! Miller for 3. And that was a down in the third. IU Southeast will go with the lead, 51-46. We will be right back with the final quarter of this basketball game.
Indiana Members Credit Union. We're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
We are back for the start of the fourth quarter, and what a great ending on offense for the Grenadiers. They get an and one from Wernitt, and then an absolute dagger three from Lee Miller, and Lee Miller's up to 21 on the night, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a great day, but I just want to bring up that screen from McKenna Wilson that opens up that three for Miller. It's perfectly executed, and the Grenadiers go into the fourth quarter in a really good position.
They currently lead 51-46. We're in our final 10 minutes. IU Kokomo has the first possession. It will be to Friend at the top of the key. She gets it into Kisner. They did not go to Chapman that time, and it's a three. It's missed. Who wants the rebound? Controlled by Wilson. She's got it. And that's going to be a foul on Chapman. She got her with the knee. Great job from McKenna Wilson. She's playing a role.
Wilson went down kind of hard there, gets up with a limp, but doesn't seem like it bothered her too much. A little shaken up maybe, but she's going to stay in this game.
That is the first foul on Chapman, and she's got 10 on the night. She has been really good as well on the bench. I mean, the bench scoring for Kokomo has been good between Chapman and Friend. They've really produced a lot of points for the Cougars. IU Southeast looks out of their lead. Miller gets in a nice little jumper. Oh, and it hits everything but the bottom of the net. Rebounded by Friend. Kokomo looks to push. Slowed. Friend has the ball at the top. She gets it to the wing to Rinder. And that's going to be a walk on Chapman. She moved both of her feet. Yes, she did, and the Kokomo fans don't agree, but you know, if we're talking about a definition of a walk here, you got to dribble if you're going to move your feet, and her feet were moving.
Last time I checked, you do have to dribble before you move your feet.
Absolutely. And a nice floater from Miller. She lays it in. She's got 23. IU Southeast's leads up to 7. 8:55 to go. We need another defensive stop here. Where do you think it's, and it's a reach-in foul. Oh, 3 seconds in the lane. One ref called a foul, one called 3 seconds in the lane. It's going the other way. And they're going to have a discussion, Zach. If they overturn this, this is going to be, Coach Robin Ferris is not going to be happy. And they stick with the 3 seconds in the lane on Chapman.
Yeah, I mean,
it was 3 seconds. I mean, she's been hanging out in there for how many possessions, and then they let it go by. She hasn't left the paint.
Yeah, I mean, we are not wrong about that, but also clear reach in by the Grenadiers there. So Grenadiers kind of catch a break, but it could have gone either way.
And Chapman will check out for the Cougars. And a great cross-court pass to Starr, and she walks. Oh, Lexi Starr, I thought she should have taken that shot. I mean, it was a great skip pass, and she was open on the wing. She wanted to get a little bit closer. Grenadiers currently still lead by 7 with 8:30 to go.
I mean, in the fourth quarter, obviously you'd like to play a perfect fourth quarter, but that can't happen very often. If the Grenadiers are going to make mistakes, it has to be little mistakes like that as Leah Miller gets the ball back again.
She gets a great steal down low. Stapleton throws up a three. It was high, and it's in. Grace Stapleton, 4-3. Grenadiers lead by 10. Timeout, IU Kokomo. Grenadiers are back up by 10. We will be right back to finish off this basketball game. We are back, 8:05 to go, and Kokomo calls a timeout as the lead is pushed to its largest of the second half. Grenadiers are currently up 56-46. Let's get a stop here, Zach, and let's add to it.
Yeah, I mean, the Grenadiers have looked really, really good, though much like the second quarter, there's still plenty of time for the Cougars to go back, and I mean, the Kokomo fans are getting pretty animated over there.
Yes, they are. Man, some like rage.
Yeah,
that was like rage over here, but Grenadiers get a steal. Lee Miller gets into the lane, and a great skip pass to Stapleton, and she cannot hang on to it. A little out of control. It's all right. Grenadiers they got to play defense. At this point, it's like you versus the clock. Let's play defense. Let's continue to score. And if you can do that with 7 minutes left, it's going to be hard to cut this 10-point lead down without Kokomo taking a lead. It's going to be a battle to get back for them.
Yeah, 100%. And really, when it is a battle like this with the clock running, Grenadiers have to do their best to make it as difficult of a battle as they can.
They've got to play defense without fouling, and that's great defense right there. Kaiser misses, rebounded by Young. Grenadiers are still looking to push. I cannot believe with this lead. And Starr gets into lane. Oh, a great pass. McKenna Wilson cannot handle it, but she does get her hands back on the ball. They still have plenty of time, and we're going to have a timeout by Robin Ferris. I think that was the right move. Get everything set back up. You've still got 16 seconds on the clock. It will be a 30-second timeout. Grenadiers lead 56-46. We will have a side out for the Grenadiers with 7:07 to go. IU Southeast leads 56-46, and the Grenadiers are looking to add to it. They will have 16 seconds on the shot clock. They get it into Miller. Coach Robin Ferris called a timeout to set up a play, and it looks like we have a set play. It's going to be a high ball screen by Wilson. Miller tries to get around it. Wilson for a wide open three. Oh, it's a great play. She was open. The shot was there, just didn't find the bottom of the net. Grenadiers got to play defense. Walker is pushing everybody over to the left side. She gets it to Friend, or to the right side. Back to Walker. Walker is trapped at the top. Tipped by Miller. Controlled by Stapleton, and that zone has just not allowed anybody to get the ball on the block all night. Oh, and a great skip pass to Starr. She controls. And another skip pass down to Wilson. A great pass. McKenna Wilson, and the Grenadiers are moving the ball, and they are finding the bottom of the net, and that has been the key to this lead, is the ball movement for the Grenadiers. We've got 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Walker gets under in the baseline. She passes it out to Friend for a wide open three. Missed. And since that second quarter, she hasn't really hurt the Grenadiers too bad. A nice turnaround jumper from Langley. Missed. Rebounded by Starr. Grenadiers have got numbers if they go. It could be a 2-on-1. Miller, oh, fake pass and a foul. That foul will be on Hannah Hogden, and Lee Miller will go to the line. She's got 23. Let's see if she can make it 25 and a 14-point lead. We are going to have a little bit of a line change here for Kokomo. We've got 3 subs. Chapman is back in, number 10. Mackenzie Cooper is back in. And Walker will stay in for the Cougars. Miller's first shot is good. Miller now has 24. In and out.
And it seems like the cat worked.
The cat worked that time. I don't know if you guys can hear that at home, but we've got some noisemakers or something going on from the Kokomo fans when IU Southeast shoots their free throws. Lead is up to 13. And that's going to be it. They're going to call a foul on Abby Young. Looked like Kaiser had her hooked and held there, but
It did look like Kaiser was holding on to Abby Young there.
She had her pinned she had her pinned well, but Carly Sweeney's going to check in for Young. That'll be Young's third foul. That's kind of a tough call. Because it definitely didn't hinder Kaiser from getting the ball.
I mean, one thing you got to keep your eye on is that Grenadiers were in a very similar situation in the second quarter. Lexi Starr is going to steal that ball.
And she throws it out of bounds. There was not a lot of need for that. I think we've talked about how good the Grenadiers have been moving the ball and when they're playing in transition. And, this is almost at a point now where we don't need them to play in transition. We're up 13 points with about 5 minutes to go. The clock's our friend right now. I think we maybe could use it because it seems like sometimes we get sped up too fast and we turn it over. But Lexi Starr will check out. She's been great off the bench. She's converted. She's set up plays, and she scored for the Grenadiers. Grace Stapleton will also go to the bench. Jessie Ledgerwood is in for the Grenadiers, as well as Warnett is back in for the Grenadiers. Katie Durbin and Carly Sweeney finish up the 5 for the Grenadiers. Kaiser with a great pass out. And 2. Dowden, it's missed. Rebounded by Warnett. And we're going to have a jump ball. It will go to the Grenadiers, though. And now Kokomo will put on a full court press. I thought they were going to do that. I was wondering when that was coming, and it looks like it's going to come about the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter as they are down 13, try to slow the Grenadiers down and maybe turn it over. But I think if you're a Grenadier fan, you should be okay with this press because it will slow down the offensive possessions for the Grenadiers, and that's a walk by Ledgerwood.
I mean, this is what we saw kind of in that second quarter there with about 5 minutes left. The Grenadiers started to get a little sped up, started making more and more mistakes, and gave Kokomo the chance to come back, and they have to avoid that really at all costs. They don't have more quarters to try and play catch up. They have to put an end to the game in the next 4 minutes.
Absolutely, and for you at home, folks at home listening to us that could not get here to hear what Robin Ferris just said, he said the same exact thing we've been talking about. Time is on our side. Why are we taking that shot? And I think that's something the Grenadiers have to do. It was a tipped ball by the Grenadiers. It will stay with Kokomo, and they get it right into Kaiser. She shoots a jumper. Good. Hits every piece of the rim, and it's in. Leads down to 11, and the press is still on. They get it to Sweeney in the middle. They will look to set up a trap as Sweeney and Ledgerwood do get it across. Ledgerwood's got an open lane to the bucket if she wants to take it, and that's a good idea. We'll take it. She attacked. She got the foul on Kaiser, and that will be her first foul. Oh, that will be on Anya Friend, they say. That will be her first. And Ledgerwood goes to the line with an 11-point lead. We need these 2 shots, Zach.
I mean, every point you can get. I know there's only 4 minutes left, but, like I said, we've seen the lead slip away. Going in with a nice 21-point lead. Or 13-point lead. But, hey.
Zach, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. It's not your fault. It's not a Monday through Friday, and we will have a timeout by Coach Robin Ferris. It will only be a 30-second timeout. We will be right back for the second free throw from Jessie Ledgerwood. We are back. 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Jessie Ledgerwood at the line. Grenadiers currently lead 62-48, and we would like this second free throw to do the same thing the first one did, right through the net.
For a 13-point lead.
All right, see, we got a pen and paper, and we worked on some math skills for both of us, as we've both been a little shaky with our numbers today.
It's time for finals. The brains are starting to shut off, getting ready for the holidays. So.
Hey, we're all ready for the holidays. And a transition 3 for Friend misses, and she currently continues to stay cold, and we've got Durbin wide open. She cherry-picked the Cougars wide open. Katie Durbin lays it in, and the Grenadiers can afford to do that. And they've got to get back on defense, so Walker gets right in the lane, and they call a foul. Oh, man. She shot it, she almost hit the back of the basket, the backside of the basket. And
yeah, Tyler, I saw that. I'm wondering who exactly the foul was called on and what was called. It
was more of a trick shot than anything, I guess. But Walker's at the line, and as some fans would say, ball don't lie, right?
That's what I would say personally, but, I try to stay unbiased in the booth.
Absolutely. Missed. And I think we're going to take that foul as Walker missed both free throws, and now they're trying to get a steal. It's slowed down. They get it back to Miller. We've got 3:45 to go. Grenadiers lead 63-48. Cougars are really trying to pick up their defense. Their coach is telling them to get up and pressure the ball. And they tried to double team Miller. Walker is playing tight defense and throws it to Friend. Wrong team. And IU Kokomo looks to cut this lead down as time is not on their side, but they've got to go now. Friend for another three. Ledgerwood was right in her face, and Friend makes it. Friend's got 18. Well, we cannot let her get hot again.
Now that would be the last thing the Grenadiers want to do.
And that's a reach-in foul on Friend. We will have a side out. She fouled Carly Sweeney. That will be Friend's second foul of the afternoon. This clock is about to tick down to 3 minutes to go. Grenadiers currently lead 63-51. The Cougars will continue to keep their pressure on as they are guarding everything. They're man-to-man pressure defense right now. They are guarding the ball almost at the volleyball line. It's just the tightest defense we've seen all day from the Cougars. A turnaround jumper from Lindsay Wernick missed. Out of bounds will go to Kokomo. We are at 2:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. They will roll the ball, and it'll be picked up at half court by Walker. They get it to Friend. Friend thought about a three. Walker gets into the lane. Gets it down to Kaiser. Kaiser with the shot, and what a friendly home roll that was to the visiting team. And Grenadiers they've got to score, though. They've got to play a little tighter defense. And they're in transition. Katie Durbin wide open. Miller with a great pass. Katie Durbin, she has got 4. Block and 1. The foul is on Katie Durbin, and I saw that one coming from a mile away.
Yeah,
Walker set her up. She could cut the lead down to 9. Not what we want to see, Zach. Not what we want to see.
I mean, some disagreement here from head coach for the Grenadiers, Robin Ferris, barking at the umpire a little bit. But so far, Walker, not a whole lot of luck at the free throw line, as I say it.
She converts the three-point play. Lead is down to 9. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. IUS leads 65-56. We will be right back. We are back in from the IU Kokomo 30-second timeout. Grenadiers currently have the ball. And I'd say that timeout, Zach, was probably to maybe set up a different kind of rotation out of that press, as it looks like we've got a different look out of the press, and they get it into Miller. She gets it to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood breaks through the trap, and we're going to have a reach-in foul on Walker. That will be Walker's third foul of the night. And the Grenadiers are going to go to the line.
And I feel like we may see quite a few fouls from the Cougars here in the final 2.5 minutes. I mean, they've been playing some really aggressive defense. And, I mean, when you're playing an aggressive defense, you're just more likely to make those little mistakes.
Absolutely. Maybe we can get some free throws here. As we say that, Ledgerwood hits the front of the rim and misses the front end of the first free throw. Grenadiers have got to score when they're fouled here. It looks like that's what's going to come down to with about 2:22 go in the fourth quarter. Ledgerwood makes the second, leads back up to 10. Walker has the ball for the Cougars. She looks to set up a play. She picks up her dribble. She gets it to Friend. They get it down to Kaiser in the paint. Walker gets in the lane, and she just completely misses the layup. Rebounded by Durbin. And that's got to be a foul right there. There's two people reaching in. And Katie Durbin's going to go to the line for the Grenadiers. That foul was on Mackenzie Cooper. That is her third foul of the game.
What I will say, with every foul that the Cougars have committed, I mean, we're hearing more and more legitimate anger from Cougar fans.
And they were yelling a jump ball. I mean, that was not even close. And Katie Durbin, she converts the first, leads up to 11. Come on, Katie, make the second. And she misses, rebounded by Kaiser. Walker looks to push. She gets into the lane. Katie Durbin cuts her off, blocks it. And Carly Sweeney's going to be fouled. Katie Durbin, what a block.
And what did I say, Tyler? I told you, fouls are going to come running down. I could just tell by the way that the Cougars were playing defense there.
This is why I like you, Zach.
I pick up the little things.
You're a smart man.
As long as it's not math, I think I can get it figured out.
And math may not be either of our strong suits. Carly Sweeney goes to the line. She's got 9 on the afternoon. Let's see if she can make it 11. Substitution. Emma Good checks in for the Cougars as Cooper will go to the bench. Carly Sweeney's first shot will good. Carly Sweeney, she's got 10 now. She's in double figures. Lead is up to 12. IU Southeast has got Ledgerwood, Durbin, and Miller all back on defense to slow the Cougars down. Sweeney's second shot is good. Grenadiers will be able to get back on defense. They will roll the ball in, and Miller's got to get up, and she's got to force Walker to pick the ball up. She does. Walker gets into the lane again. She passes it to Friend. Friend 4-3, off. Rebounded by Durbin. Durbin's got it, and that's probably going to be a jump ball, and that will stay with IU Kokomo. 13-point lead for the Grenadiers, 69-56, minute 45 to go here in the game. Grenadiers are back in their zone defense, and they will pass it up to Friend. They tried to run the screen where she had open three, and she does not. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Sweeney. Kaiser will go to the line for 2 shots with a minute 40 to go.
I mean, I know we've said it pretty much this whole quarter with the Grenadiers having the lead, but the clock really is the Grenadiers' friend at this point. Only just over a minute 40. I mean, Grenadiers can really slow the game down, take their time, and allow the clock to run out to secure the victory.
Absolutely, they can. And we have a timeout for IU Southeast. We will be right back here to cover the free throws with a minute 40 to go. IUS leads 69-56. We are back to see Kaiser's free throws with a minute 40 to go. She can cut the lead down. It still will be at 11 if she makes both. She converts the first. Leads down to 12. That will be Kaiser's 12th point of the night. She's got 13. She makes the second. That will allow them to set up their press. They take Kaiser out, and Ridner will check in for the Cougars. I'd say that was a defensive substitution.
Yeah,
right there.
I would say so.
And there's a foul right there by the Cougars' number 5, Emma Good. That will be her first. And Miller goes to the with a chance to push her game high, 24, a little bit higher.
And I mean, this is something with really a minute and a half left. I don't understand exactly why the Cougars haven't switched up their defensive plan. Still fouling the Grenadiers, allowing them to put pretty much free points up on the board.
Absolutely, they are. And Miller makes it. She's got 25. Her second shot of the afternoon. Good. And Lee Miller scores again. And the lead is back up to 13. Kaiser will check back in for the Grenadiers as Ridner will go to the bench. Here comes the Cougars on offense. Walker with the ball. She played the majority of this game and has been the ball handler for the Cougars. She pushes, she gets it down in the corner to Good. Good for 3. And it is good from Emma Good. Leads down to 10. They get it in. Miller picked up her dribble. Oh, no, she did not. They said she gets it to Sweeney in transition. Sweeney gets it across. They're going to trap Sweeney right there. Great pass to Young. Durbin to Wernitt, wide open layup. Wernitt lays it in. And the Grenadiers needed that. Leads back up to 12, and we are down to a minute to play. And Walker with a great cut and a great pass, and she finishes. 1 minute to go. And, well, we have a jump ball. It will stay with IU Southeast. That is not what Robin Ferris wanted to see right there. Is they got the ball in to Wernitt, and she kind of just held it there and let the Cougars force a jump ball.
Yeah, I'm not super understanding of why that happened. I mean, there was a...
And almost a turnover by the Grenadiers, but it was tipped by the Cougars, and now it's back down to a baseline out. 56 seconds to go. They get the ball into Miller. Miller passes it to Durbin. Durbin needs to get it to the middle of Sweeney, and she does. Grenadiers are going to stop now, and it's going to force either a foul or the Cougars are going to let time run out. And they're going to play defense. We're down to 45 seconds to go. They are on Miller. 10 on the shot clock. We're down to 40 seconds in this basketball game. Grenadiers lead by 10. High screen from Durbin. They get it to Sweeney. She gets into the lane. Floater from Sweeney is good. Sweeney, she's got 13, and I think that might have been the dagger, Zach.
I mean, if the Grenadiers are able to get the ball back here, they can just hold the ball until the clock runs out. And I mean,
and a 3 from the Cougars, Hoggen, and she's got 3. And a foul on Good. 17 seconds to go. There was no need for that. IU Southeast looks like they're going to walk out of this one with a win and their first home win of the season to move to 2-2 in River State's conference play. We've got 17 seconds to go. Grenadiers currently lead 75-66. Carly Sweeney will go to the line. Looks to push her point total a little bit higher in the afternoon, as she is also in double figures. And the first one is in and out. And the second one's in and out. But the Grenadiers get back on defense and slow down. Walker, and it's going to be a foul on Abby Young. We've got down to 11 seconds to go. There was really no need for that foul. She almost could have just let her take the basket and just let the time run out. But Abby Young fouls. That will be her 4th of the afternoon.
I mean, it's real hard to imagine that the Cougars are going to be able to put up 10 points in 11 and a half seconds. But, you know, really this just allows free throws to be taken.
Walker's nothing but net on the first one.
And Grenadiers can hold on to the ball and go home with a victory tonight.
Absolutely. That's Walker's 12th point of the night. The second is good. Rebounded by Durbin. Just get the ball out. And Sweeney does. And another foul by the Cougars. I don't understand why the press is still on. They're down 8. 5 seconds to go. It's pretty unlikely, but Grenadiers will get a chance to push the lead back to 10 if Carly Sweeney makes both of these. But nevertheless, it looks like IU Southeast will get their first home win of the year. They will move to 3-5 on the season, 2-2 in River State's conference play. This will push the Cougars to 3-4 and 0-2 in River State's conference play. Carly Sweeney makes the first. She's got 14. 15 for Carly Sweeney, and that milks away the game. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, tipped, and the game is over. IU Southeast gets their first home win of the season, and that was a lot better, Zach. This is something the Grenadiers can quickly build off of, I think, going into their next basketball games.
100%.
That was the best connected game we've seen all season. And IU Southeast wins. They move to 2-2 in River State's conference play. Stay with us. The men's game will be next in about 20 minutes. We will be right back.
Indiana Members Credit Union. We're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.